on. A total invasion of privacy. Really, and you have to go to you have to bend over backwards to get them to remove that or fade it out. I think they've had some court rulings where the best that they did for people was to blur the image, so that the people in question are not clear. So, yeah. Oh. Anyway, these blogs will be rough cut, unedited for the most part, and the quickest thing to do to be able to throw this up, which is not all that easy. You gotta record it in a recording software, then you gotta save it, and you gotta put it in a movie maker, and you gotta put an image with it. You can't just put the audio there. For some reason I tried it, and would not upload to YouTube, so you have to put an image in there with the audio before you make a .wma file, which is amongst about a dozen file formats that YouTube will accept. Anyway, I'm here to discuss news, current events, my take on them, perhaps in relation to my personal things happening, and maybe some stories on occasion. Okay, so let's pull up the Drudge Report. What do we have at the Drudge Report? We have this is September 7th, so we're about 4 days in front of the 8th anniversary of the September 11th occurrence of the smashing of two large jet airliners into the World Trade Centers, numbers 1 and 2, at 9 a.m. and then at about 4 or 5 p.m. that same day, the World Trade Center 7 came down. And no plane hit World Trade Center 7, but they excused it as fires in the building. And as you know from any demolitions expert, that it takes several weeks to wire a building to come down in a controlled demolition. And buildings, 40-some story buildings, don't fall in less than 10 seconds without very carefully coordinated charges. So anyway, definitely, if I get everything together, I have a audio clip of a friend a former friend, I shall say, that called my house at the time in upstate New York and left a message yearning for me to turn on my television so that I could see the planes going into the building live, actually the second plane going in live, and then watch the buildings fall live. He wanted me to have that special privilege as I was sleeping as I was unemployed. Anyway, back to the Drudge Report. We have a cigar advertisement for Thompson Cigar. I remember Matt Drudge, he had a TV program, and then he had Sunday night AM radio program, and he was boasting right before he took advertisements about how his site didn't take advertisements or produce any pop-ups, and then within a week it had advertisements. Anyway, Matt Drudge still a pretty good guy, I think. There's no siren alert, but the first mention is no Mas Chavez, critics march against Chavez across Latin America. I'm not really interested. Armored dinner jacket, Ahmadinejad, Chavez back revolutionary nations. It's nice. Chavez minister vows more Venezuela radio closings. Well, I'm not surprised. He is communist. That's what they do, is close things that are in opposition to their agenda. And let's see, Iran says U.S. nuke documents forged. I can believe that. And then we have a wire here. Obama may need sense of crisis to revive healthcare overhaul. Well, by golly gee, that's exactly what he wants and needs, and we've heard really that's a whole ball of wax and can of worms to open at a different occasion, not at after 1 a.m. And we have the next line on this left column of the Drudge Report is Crothhammer, how President lost his magic. I don't know who Crothhammer is, and the president, in my estimation, never had his magic. The only thing he's good at is the only magic he has is a false magic. It's not genuine. It's just a actor type of. I think Obama would be great in a sitcom, comedy, parody, movie, anything like that. But as a president, he probably fools a lot of people, but he's not bringing home the bacon for the majority of the people, which would be way over 50%. We have next orbiting junk expected to pass near space station. NASA. Need I say more? $500 million to launch a shuttle. To do what? To put stuff on a space station that, in all likelihood, is going to just fall back to the Earth and burn up in the atmosphere. As far as I know, those are the plans for it. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. We'll be posting the link to the email in which you, the listener, may send your comments for feedback and responses. The next item on the news agenda is a water main break causes flooding in Los Angeles, and I think that's highly ironic due to the fact that they've had massive fires in that area. We have on the second column a big ugly picture, a picture of a Nancy Pelosi, she's looking very determined, and those are the nicest words I can give on that. It says lawmakers seek survival in unpopular Congress. I agree. It's unpopular, and I'm sure the lawmakers are seeking survival, because the people sure don't feel they're getting what they paid for or what their representation should provide. Next item, bottom line on a public insurance plan gets blurry. I think they're talking about the health insurance plan, and I'll tell you, with 1,000 pages, it was blurry to begin with, so what do you expect on that? Clear image? I don't think you're ever going to get a clear image when there's that much pork rolled into 1,000 pages. There's so many topics on that healthcare that it really should be broken down into multiple bills, because they're trying to do one thing in one fell swoop, and there's just way too much in there to begin to decipher. To resolve in one sitting or multiple sittings. Okay, well, then we have a paper, USA faces Argentina-style fall. I'm really not that familiar with Argentina, but yeah, I agree. A fall is coming. Paper is becoming, the paper money monetary system is definitely failing, and would be a good time for people to invest in good solid things, things you need. Toilet paper. I think toilet paper would be more valuable than the dollar bill, because there is, I think, an acid, if I'm not mistaken, type of layer on bills along with the ink, not to mention that are supposed to be durable and waterproof, and all those do not really assist in getting the TP job done. Bottled water, batteries, flashlights, and means to protect yourself, which goes, there's a lot of things you could use on that. And good shelter, a source of heat if it's wintertime and you live in a cold climate, source of cooling if it's summertime and you live in a hot climate. Then we have a big fat picture of big fat guy that made Fahrenheit 9/11, which I think actually would have been great if I would have been able to seen it before the first election of Bush. In my area of Central Florida, those were not really out much in theaters until basically